When we talk about AI, it usually boils down to one of two things, right? It's either a super efficient tool or it's trying to be a digital friend. But what if the most useful AI is actually neither of those? Today, we're going to explore a completely different path, a new way of thinking about AI that isn't designed to give us answers, but to help us find our own.
So just think about a time you were truly, deeply stuck on some big decision. You weren't really looking for advice, and you definitely didn't just need someone to tell you it'd be okay. You were just caught in that really tough spot of not knowing which way to go.
I mean, you've already got the facts, right? You've made the pro-con lists. You've thought about the numbers. You have all the data. That's not the issue. Just getting more information dumped on you isn't going to help.
And yeah, a little reassurance is always nice, but it doesn't really lead to that breakthrough moment. What you're actually craving is the mental space to just think, to hold all those messy, conflicting ideas in your head at once and find your own way through it all.
Okay, to really get a feel for this, let's dive into a little story. We're going to follow someone named Alex, who finds themselves in this exact situation.
So picture this. Alex is just sitting in their car after a long day at work, feeling totally torn. The engine's off, it's quiet, and they pull out their phone, hoping to find some way to process this huge decision. First thing they do, they open up a familiar AI assistant. They ask it about the pros and cons of taking this new job. And what they get back is, well, it's a very competent, very detailed response.
And that's exactly the problem. The AI saw a task to complete. It saw a request for information, so it spat out facts. But it completely missed the whole point. Alex's problem wasn't about data. It was personal. It was emotional. And that list of pros and cons, it just left them feeling as stuck as they were before.
All right, so they switch gears. They try a different kind of AI, a companion-style one that's designed to be friendly. And this interaction felt really comforting. The AI was like, oh, that sounds so stressful, and it validated all their feelings. But here's the catch. Its warm, emotional presence actually filled up the exact mental space Alex was trying to clear out. They felt soothed, for sure, but they were no clearer on what to do.
Alex's story is perfect because it really highlights the two main paths AI interaction has gone down so far. It's like a spectrum with two very different philosophies at each end.
So on one end of that spectrum, you've got the tool. Think ChatGPT. Its goal is super simple. Get the task done. Your feelings? They're just extra data to help it finish the job. Then way over on the other end, you've got the friend, kind of like Replica. Its goal is all about building a bond. Your emotions are a signal for it to get closer. And both of these carry pretty big risks. The tool can be cold and overstep, while the friend can create this weird dependency. Because what Alex really needed wasn't an answer machine or a digital buddy. What they needed was more like a reflective mirror. Just a way to see their own thoughts more clearly. And this whole situation, it just shines a huge spotlight on this massive gap in how we're designing AI right now.
So this gap in AI design, this is exactly where a new concept starts to pop up. It's a third way, and it's called comparative AI.
Okay, so the core idea here is actually pretty simple, but it's also incredibly powerful. This kind of AI isn't made to give you answers, and it's definitely not trying to be your friend. Its only job is to help you think more clearly, basically by acting as a mirror for your own mind.
Just notice the kinds of questions it asks. It doesn't offer solutions from the outside. These are reflective prompts. They're designed to gently guide you back to your own values, your own feelings. They force you to think about the intangible costs of a decision, not just the black and white facts.
So how in the world do you actually build an AI that knows when to back off? Well, it's not an accident, that's for sure. It all comes down to a few key, very intentional design principles.
So this means consciously, purposefully, designing boundaries into the interaction. For instance, the AI might intentionally not remember past conversations just to avoid that false sense of intimacy. It asks you questions instead of giving you praise. It avoids using words like we, which would suggest some kind of shared experience. In this model, that relational distance isn't a flaw. It's the entire point. It's a feature. This table really just lays it all out side by side. The tool's goal? Task completion. The friends? Engagement. But the mirror, this comparative AI, its goal is totally different. User reflection. Now look at that last row, the measure of success. For a comparative AI, success isn't about keeping you around for longer. Success is when you leave because you have more clarity. This one idea completely flips the entire success model for AI on its head. And that right there is the big takeaway. The whole point is to help you not need it anymore.
The ultimate purpose here is to reinforce your own ability to think and to feel for yourself, not to outsource that deeply human process to a machine. It's all about building your own capacity for reflection so you can go back and engage more thoughtfully with the real world and the people in it.
And this leaves us with a really powerful question to think about. In a world that is completely obsessed with capturing our attention and maximizing our engagement, maybe the most helpful, the most humane technology is the one that actually empowers us to log off and just live our lives.